Okay, guys, let's see if the old Speed Twin starts up. And a 1. Wow, alright. That wasn't the little intro I was hoping for. Lately, I'll push the starter button and it gives like a half crank, and then I push it again and it gives another half crank, and then I push it a third time and it cranks a few times and starts. And now it's not stalling again either. Yesterday, it would have stalled out as soon as I rolled up to this stop sign. So you're just gonna be like that, huh, Speed Twin? Guys, welcome to the Van Blam YouTube channel, and welcome to the 7th and final day of the No GPS Tour 2021. All we're doing today is leaving Red Lodge, Montana, and making a beeline west across the state back to Missoula, where my car and trailer are. And lastly, I will, of course, assess how the whole no GPS thing went. After that, we'll be loading up the bike and driving back home to Virginia. And here we are about to get on Route 90 and just book it west across the state. Yep, still not stalling. Oh, I forgot to mention the other weird thing that this bike does is every time you hit the starter button, regardless of whether it fails to crank or successfully cranks, every time you hit the starter button, things change in the display. It will cycle through like odometer or trip clock, or, you know, clock. Shit, just missed that because I was talking. And it will also, and this is more recent, it will also cycle through the rider modes like rain, road, and sport. It'll start flipping through them while you're holding the starter button, which I believe it's not supposed to do. Here's I-90, and we are going in the direction of Butte, Montana. Alright guys, well, we just got on the highway. It's very loud now, so I'm sure you don't want to listen to me yell into the microphone. And also, this is my absolute least favorite thing to do on a motorcycle. So I think I'm just going to catch up with you later. I think for now, I'm just going to take a little nap. Alright, so see you in a few. Whoa, man, my gas light's on. How long have I been out? Ah, and there it is, guys. Hopefully you can see that. ABS light flashing, and check engine light, traction control light keep coming on. There's the service interval wrench keeps coming on. Alright, getting gas in Cardwell. I think we made it far enough that this next tank will get us all the way to Missoula. I can't tell you exactly how far we got on the previous tank, because somewhere along the way, my odometer stopped working. It did eventually start working again, but I swear I rode at freeway speeds for a good 10 minutes or so, and the odometer never went up. Now the real test is gonna be, will it start? And a 1. And a 2. And a 3. Shit. Bike won't start. I have a dead battery? I've got no power. Oh no. Alright, there's a slight slope to the entrance of this gas station. So I'm gonna walk it up that and see if I can bump start it on the way down. Okay. Okay. How about now? Ignition's on. No. Not enough momentum to turn the engine. Great. I'll go park in the shade. See if anybody can give me a jump. Oh my God. I don't f***ing believe this. Alright, so I've been over here in the shade debating what to do. My first thought was, do I get AAA and get them to tow me all the way back to Missoula, which is 155 miles away? I only have the basic AAA, which is like 5 free miles. So that would be a very long, very expensive tow. I thought about maybe getting it towed to Butte, which is like not as far. That's like maybe, at this point that might be like 30 or 40 more miles. I'm still not getting my GPS out. Thought about getting it towed to Butte, and maybe I could like leave it somewhere there, get a rental car, drive myself back to Missoula, get my car and my trailer, haul it back to Butte, put the bike on the trailer, get it back that way. So I looked under the seat and I noticed that the rubber cover on my red terminal was like melted. It's like melted onto the screw there. And I thought, that's super weird. It's like it has a short or something. Like, why would it be heating up like that? So what I did, I mean, I could have done this in a less destructive way, but what I did was I just cut off the wires for my Coso Apollo heated grips, which were wired directly onto the battery. Just snipped them. And when I turned the key a minute ago, the dash powered on again, and I heard the fuel pump whir up and everything. So I'm wondering if that was a short or something, if that was the cause of all the issues, or at least if it was the cause of what seemed to be the ignition issue. Who knows if it's related to the ABS thing, the dash, whatever, changing whenever I hit the starter. But that could be what was causing it to stall out and idle badly. I have no idea. I really have no idea. So what I need to do now is button everything back up, put my luggage back on, and see if I can start the bike. And if I can, then I gotta jump on that highway and just go and make it back to Missoula before something else bad can happen. If those Coso grips were the cause of this, I don't know what to think. I've talked enough. I just got to give it a try and see if we can get out of here. Alright, here goes nothing. Kickstand up. We're in first gear. Oh my God, it worked. Let's get the f*** out of here. All I have to do is not come to a complete stop at any time for any reason between here and Missoula. Alright, we just made it through Butte, Montana. So far, so good. Just got done crawling through a construction zone, and it looks like we may be headed into some weather. If that's the case, then I'll probably have to stop recording this video because my GoPro is not waterproof when I have the microphone plugged into the little side port. Ooh. Yeah, that really looks like precipitation. I'm gonna pull under here. Time to put on my rain gear. Come on, baby. Oh. So the Speed Twin did get me safely back to Missoula. I'm not going to delve into it any further today because you're probably watching this several months after I filmed it, so there's a good chance I've already resolved this issue and posted an update about it on my channel, in which case I will link to that in the description below. So anyway, I guess it's time to talk about the gimmick of this trip, so to speak. No GPS. I went however many miles it was over the course of 7 days without ever once opening a navigation app on my phone. Here's a little screenshot to prove it. I don't know if that means anything to anybody, but I really did not open Google Maps for the 7 days that I was on the road. And honestly, it was way easier than I thought it would be. I thought this whole thing was going to be like, oh, what's this millennial going to do without his cell phone? It was easy. You just look at the map and it tells you where to go. Half the time, even on the days that I used it, I didn't even really need it because I knew roughly where I was going, and the road signs at, highway junctions were enough to get me to where I was going. And I will say, navigating with the maps was fun. I feel like it kind of added to that, I don't know, I guess the sense of freedom that makes us all love motorcycles so much. You're kind of untethered from, you just feel a little more independent, and I would definitely do it again. But I'm not trying to come away from this video being like, oh, technology bad, old ways good. A lot of the places that I was going, when I picked this general route in the weeks prior to leaving, I did use Google Maps for that. That's how I learned about these interesting places and roads that I wanted to go visit. So even though I used the maps during the course of the trip, I still owe GPS or owe Google Maps for the fact that I even knew to go to these places at all. And I know that based on Google Analytics, most of the people watching these videos are older than me, so I'm guessing a majority of you have plenty of experience navigating road trips with only maps, before GPS navigation was pocket-sized. And so if you don't think this was a big deal, then that's fine. I just hope you've enjoyed watching. And to anybody else of any age watching, I would hope that this trip has maybe inspired you to take your motorcycle and maybe push your comfort zone just a little bit. Find something that you're not entirely sure you're able to do and go do it. Who knows, whatever it is might be way easier than you think. Well, anyways, it's time for me to load this bike up, get home, and start planning my next adventure, I guess. This has been a good ride. I'm gonna remember this one. And a 1. And a 2. And a 3. Oh. You're kidding. It won't start again? How am I supposed to get her on the trailer? Come on, man. And it. Oh my God. Well, guys, if you're still here, if you've stuck around until the end of the video, then you are the real Van Fam. Sound off in the comments below and leave a like so that I know you're here. I am grateful for each and every person who has shared in this journey with me. It's your views and support that keep me making videos like this. As always, you ride safe, and I will see you back here for the next adventure. goodness. For the love of God, don't fall over.